Here we go.
Wow.
S18s are finally starting to show up, and with the Phoenix chart, no less. People are not ready to play shove, which I believe is a hold heavy chart. Hold heavy and twist heavy. Another 18 out of the board.
I agree with the... Okay, final edition 2 is gone.
2 shortcuts.
Yeah.
Emperor, I really hope we see Emperor here.
No, it's gone.
No,
Goodbye.
come on. You know what? For a Phoenix tournament, it's finally nice to finally get Phoenix charts. You know what I mean?
Yep. Not in the warm-ups in the actual tourney.
That's right.
So we have Vector coming up first, but obviously we have a warm-ups.
And for those of you who are just tuning in, if you're angry that a player banned your favorite chart, we now have a way to attribute certain charts to certain players. So, yeah, again, let's get a quick rundown of of the players right now. So, Tyrese, we already have a couple of people cheering for him in chat. On P1 side, claims that his strongest skill is drill and his weakest skill is gimmick. As with most players who don't play Pump It Up a lot.
Understandable.
And yeah, we already seen Tommy doesn't miss from last pool, absolutely crushing it. You saw his consistency.
That tiebreaker was awesome.
Right.
Very awesome to watch.
Oh, hey. It's such a I love being surrounded by this community. Everyone is just, you look at all of the players really active, even the people who are supposed to play tomorrow just coming by to watch, even if it's not their pool, in support of these players. And particularly of Dan. Very vocal player. I'm really excited. With the CHQ shirt, indeed. I wonder who chose this as a warm-up, but it's slow turns here.
Pretty good vibe.
Nice little calm before the storm kind of environment.
Seems like Tommy's still warm.
That's right.
Tommy doesn't need to full send these twists.
Yeah, if you can see from the player cam, he's actually just not twisting anything at all, even though we know how capable he is as a twist player.
Yeah. It's very much
coming in from other games, actually.
It's like, this is the perfect time to just test my double stepping.
Yeah.
I don't need to warm up. I'm already warm. Tyrese really feeling this.
Yeah, already from what I mentioned before, you can kind of see how much how much energy he's putting into each foot placement. It really it does damage your stamina a lot, but thankfully, yeah, but thankfully for him, I really love it though because it shows his passion as a player. Oh, yeah. misreading those gallops as foot switches. Yeah, but really excited to see how Dan performs because in this tournament specifically, if he's somehow able to make it to Gauntlet Grand Finals, he only has to deal with 20s and 21s, which is actually a folder that he's familiar with.
I don't know if I was pushing my way all the way to the top.
All right, and from outside perspective, people looking in through the window and trying to see what's going on with all of these crazy players. We've certainly drawn quite a crowd with the company that we have.
Inside and outside. We got players hovering the pump cap. We have players hovering outside. Everybody's here for Pump It Up.
Oh, we're getting someone asking for a paper towel, and I don't... Oh, well...
What is that towel?
Not a paper one. Oh, this one.
Yeah. We have this one. I'm not using it.
Well, I think we already got one.
Quick wipe down. I think, yeah, if you're full sending those twists, you do not want it to be too slippery.
Love the community around here, man. If you guys have ever tuned into my private GUAC streams, you'll know how isolated
it can feel here in Walden.
Right, especially at a public arcade. Having all of these, I don't know, just, it's not even for me as a player, but it's also for me as just like being able to be with all my friends from the rhythm game community. Yeah, so we got one of our first Phoenix charts, I believe our second one in total, coming up. Vector. It's a pretty drill-heavy chart, except towards the end when it starts introducing staircases and then anchors. still, I would count anchors to be like a more of like a derivative of drill, since one of your foot is still on the same arrow. Can we get player names on? Yeah, we will. During gameplay, we will definitely have player names come up. But for now, just have like a quick review over the song pool, which I'm seeing a lot of shortcuts pop up actually.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's only the nature of the song folder. It's, for example, like double 25s, you'd expect to see a lot of remixes, right?
Yeah.
All right, Dan already, let's go! Already hyping himself up vocally. I love how vocal of a player he is, dude. Whenever I see Dan play, I move with him, man.
Yeah.
Damn, look at Dan's form. Again, it's kind of what I mentioned before. It's kind of really stamina costy, but at the same time, just, I don't know, something about it, just so much spirit.
You feel the music a lot more when
know,
you're stepping
right?
that hard.
Very expert Tunitham and the Waka player, so he's really used to kind of beating himself, or not beating himself, but like kind of jumping to the beat every single, or yeah, he's just jumping to the beat, so he also counts down in Korean, just like 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, very vocal player. I want to take it easy for these holds. If you're new to Pump It Up and you're just tuning in, there is a rule in Pump where you don't actually have to time the beginning of a hold. So you could just hold on to it as long as you're there.
95% of the time.
Here we come. There. Nice players holding, hitting those drills perfectly. We're going to introduce some staircases. Nice.
Wow. See how violently these twists are on the player cam.
Nice little section to catch your breath here. Even the section after this is going to be a little easy for the final anchor section. In come the anchors. Wow. I don't know if I saw a single miss. Maybe a bad. Oh, 2 of them.
Wow.
But Tommy still hasn't beaten the accuracy department.
35 greats versus 8 is the difference maker.
Yeah, still extremely impressive score. Don't forget, he still has 2 other players to go against who have yet to touch the dance pad. So we might be seeing first and second.
Wow. It's just so interesting to me watching the player cam, watching the foot cam, seeing both and seeing the different ways in which players are opting to twist stuff versus.
Yeah, again, I hate to sound like a broken record here, but Dan kind of just like pumping himself up to the music and just like hitting all of the arrows, like just really focusing on timing himself, but at the same time, you can, from the commentator booth, you can kind of see how high his feet are lifting from the pads. Kind of shows in perspective like how much stamina he's using for the entire chart.
They still got 3 more to go.
Yeah, that's a lot of stamina to be pumping out.
And if you make it through, you're blessed with getting to play more.
Exactly.
And do it all over again. So
yeah,
we're keeping an eye on that as the tournament progresses. Charts are only going to get harder from here.
Yeah, friends helping friends each other out. As you can see in the player cams, people are just trying to get accurate or get active feedback as to how they play. Hopefully by the end here, they're going to be peak performance. The worst part about any Pump tournament is having a regret that, I should have played this, I should have played like that. So it's really nice having like active feedback.
.170 BPM S17.
Right. Now, if I recall correctly, this tried to spin in it, but both players nailing these these drills.
And the jumps.
Yeah, weird spin pattern there. But both players are able to double step in and thankfully keep their combo. Nice. Yeah, as we see more S17s pop out in the tournament, we're going to see a lot more of the skill of diagonal crosses show up.
Both players,
Ooh, okay. Tommy overall with really good consistency until this segment.
It's giving both players a run for their money. I was going to say, it was looking like they're putting a very high benchmark up for the remaining two players, but they have a chance.
Yeah, based off the way they played, there was a little bit more wiggle room for the other two players in the fight in that run, especially since they're in the back watching everything as it happens. And I wonder if one of the players looking at that spin decides to actually play it, risk it all in this tournament. Wow.
Man,
Tommy overall with the extremely monstrous accuracy.
you have to be tired after playing that one too.
Right. Now, I believe what we have in line is a shortcut and then showdown S17, which was a chart that we saw earlier today as a warm-up chart.
Selfishness.
This has to be very run-heavy then, I figure. If you're familiar with the song and most of the charts, even like the difficulty before the hardest one is really run-heavy.
Oh boy.
So a lot of the reasons that a lot of people struggle with Euphorianic, like the earlier difficulties, I predict we'll see happening here. Not only to mention, Selfishness also has some random gimmicks. Like the lyrics part having like a slowdown.
Yeah, the bright side is, I mean, Beethoven or Latino Virus is very, very tiring. So at least there's a little chance for a break, in that this chart will be shorter.
Right, but also since it's a shortcut, you're mostly playing the hardest part of a song just quicker, right?
But you can wait down the timer. You can wait
That
down
is
the
also
timer.
true. That is also true.
Wait down the timer, short burst of running. Wait down the timer again.
Oh.
Go all out on the
Yo,
fourth.
wait, what's Tommy drinking, bro? That shit look tasty.
Some red juice.
Oh, yo. Liquid Senzu bean right there. Trying to get up that energy. Yo, red drink for singles. Let's go. I expect him to make it into pros and then pull up with the green drink.
Oh boy. I'm so excited. We still have so many players up in the ladder who have
Right.
yet to compete today. We're already on pull 7. That's crazy.
We're going straight into it. Wonder what this chart's gonna be. EXE. Lot of hold combo. A lot of shortcuts infamous for just randomly dropping you an insane amount of combo, and I'm going to suspect that that's where the holds are, or for the combo for the shortcut. Just to be consistent with Phoenix accuracy, or new accuracy-based scoring system. It's sounding like we're about to make it to the drop. Yeah, triplets with turns in them.
Ooh.
Wow.
Full sends the twist. Gets the combo by Tommy gets the combo.
Yeah, this is definitely Dan's kind of specialty where he's really good at condensing a lot of effort in such a short amount of time. This is the perfect kind of chart for him, honestly. Wow, those turn drills reminiscent of an old song, Creed. Nice.
I was once again looking at Tommy's form, and it is so interesting to see the twist the first time and the cheating the second.
Yeah.
Wow.
Probably because he tried it the first time and he realized how much energy and how much distance he has to cover. So
Like,
he
wow, this
decides
is
that
not pleasant.
seeing that in the future, he's just
And
like, all right, you know what? There's definitely an easier way to go about this.
And still picks up a triple S.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. The drill, I guess we can call them drills, twisty running drills.
Yeah.
They turn so
Slow drill turns.
they had you like holding a diagonal crossover for so long.
If you're unable to catch those and you miss out on the sequence, then you can easily could be the cost of like a huge portion of your score.
Yeah, it translates to having a hard time getting back on track because you're not sure which foot is supposed to be where. If you're in the middle of a crossover and you suddenly lose concentration for 1 second, getting back on track is a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I love the, you can see how many people are hovering the cab and just like supporting the players
Right.
in the bottom right.
This is what playing Pump in a community is all about.
Absolutely.
Having everyone is, because the thing I love about Pump It Up is that it's hardly about like how much better I can play compared to you, or it's always about everyone's independent journey. So we're not even no way. Dan is getting some of that Riz.
He's getting that red juice. There it is.
Let's go! Spreading the love.
I'm expecting a triple, a perfect game by both players.
Double, triple S plus.
Here it comes. They're hopping right into
All
it.
right, both
Showdown.
players, Senzu beamed up.
S17.
Now, Showdown, I recall being on like the lower end of 17s in terms of difficulty. Because it's very slow turns and with like a very minimal showcase of brackets.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't expect the players to struggle in this one, but I think it will be very close as a result and come down to just 1 or 2 minor mistakes by any of the 4 players.
Speaking of minor mistakes, Dan just made 2 of them. Or Taisrisu. If I recall in this song, there are no lengthy drawn-out runs, so this might be a. Oh, there we go. The live countdown by Taisrisu.
Pretty even great count by both players. Yeah, making it look easy, breezing through those twists as if they're not tiring or exhausting at all.
Exactly. And again, as I was trying to say before, there are no long drawn-out runs, so really, this is perfectly full comboable. There are no parts to really get tripped up by. It's just, can you hit it?
Ooh, those.
We feel Dan's energy through the mic.
Even with the combo break, it's looking like anybody's game right now.
Indeed. The gap between both players is so slim, it's so hard to tell.
They want this. They know it's their last.
Yeah, look at Dan full sending it. After all of that juice. That's it.
He was too high.
Like, he jumped
his
right
toes,
before
yeah.
the bum part. Dang. All right, thankfully we're still able to get a summary of their scores here.
A little too much excitement.
Yeah. Whew, man, it's really easy to feel that pressure, but Tatrice is going to remember that there's still 2 other players who have yet to play and place amongst the 4 people. Yeah, bro literally popped off too hard.
Yeah, his foot went up. Tyreech's foot went up for that bracket on the center yellow and top left red.
Oh, here comes Charun all jacketed up and with the T1 jacket.
I think Tyreech's foot lifted off the hold because he full sended his foot into that panel that it rebounded off and then just skipped on the red panel. Yeah, too much pop off and then The foot kind of like bounced a little bit, skipped on the panel, picked up a couple misses.
Now, I don't remember if Jesse was actually the one who opted to warm up with Showdown earlier today, but now he's going to actually be able to play it in for tournament points.
Yeah, yeah.
So Charun, we have not seen at all today. So let's go get a brief bio rundown of him, because he claims that his strongest skill is Gimmick.
Gimmick.
Which I'm very curious as to see how that's going to play out. It doesn't, frankly, it doesn't really tell me much. But also, what does tell me much is the weakest skill being run. I don't see anyone with a weak skill of being run being able to play what was that? The selfish's shortcut very well.
Ah, yes, yeah. I think Darwin's a very active player. Very familiar with the game, enjoys the game a lot. I believe plays more doubles than singles.
Ah.
So a tournament setting might be a little bit of a bit of a question mark for me as how Karun will perform. But very confident player. I know has clears on 20s. And we've already introduced Jesse. Clawing his way up from the lower pools.
Can we get a rave party going on for this absolute banger of a song? We got a nice little casual rave in the background.
Courtesy of Cell.
Cell's energy is always appreciated in any tournament. Not even tournament, any place.
Any group meetup.
Cell's the one you want to have in your group project. She's the one that's just dancing in the back while everyone does the nitty-gritty work. Oh, wait, I gotta say that some moist guy loves Cell with no context. Yo, Cell, some moist guy loves you. Some moist guy says... All right, we got a response. Cell says, I love you too, end quote. All right, the weighted clothing comes off. Oh my God!
Good S17 warm-up. Inspires confidence.
That's gotta scare you.
Inspires confidence. Yeah, Charun with the AAA plus on the S15. Jesse with the triple S plus on S7. Good warm-up. Players are going to hop into the same set that Tommy and Tairitsu. They dropped some really nasty scores on this pool, so it's going to be quite a run just to pick up anything besides third and fourth place.
Right. So if you guys can see soon enough, we'll get a view of the other player in the pool's scores from previous rounds. Now on the top right corner, reflect on these two players have
Handshake.
almost a double S tip, or Tairitsu with a S plus and Tommy with a double S. They have a lot to beat.
I love the handshake between the players prior to starting.
Yeah, sportsmanship is very important for this kind of game. We're all here to support each other's individual journeys with this game.
Jesse picks up one early grade, but otherwise doing very confident.
Charun really looking like it looks like he's full sending on these twists just because of how much distance he's moving.
Jacket came off. Gotta move.
Yeah. It's almost looking like he's like rushing, but at the same time, he's still getting perfect, so doing perfectly fine.
Yeah, both players looking very confident. Karun with a few more greats, but it's still anybody's game of any of the four.
That's right.
A bit of great streaming by Charun.
All right, but will he great stream in these drills? Nice. Just a little bit. Getting a little drop there. The competition to beat is S+ so far, so looking a little scary. He's got to hope that all the holes that he's hitting now is enough to make up for the mistakes, but from my eyes, I don't think so.
Jesse hit a combo break during that twist towards the end of that run, but looking very solid and comfortable at this BPM.
Nice. Really sending it for those twists. Can he hit these anchors? Yeah,
good streaming by Jesse. That's going to be a big difference maker.
Yeah, really. Charun aiming for the middle of the buttons there.
That great stream is going to hurt Jesse's score. And it's down to 970. Wow. Hairitsu and Tommy took first and second. And I think it was very much the difference of those great streaming right at the end. Because I think Jesse was on track for a first place score until then.
Yeah. Still ending up with a superb game, which as you can see means no misses, but bads.
Yeah, 1 bad and 9 greats. But it's, or sorry, 9 goods, but it was really the great count that did him in. Still many more charts to be had.
Now we're going to get into Tino Virus. Really curious to see if one of the players from behind. I don't suspect Jesse would turn at all.
No, he'll do some of the slow ones, but he must have been watching the previous players, so he should know that there are some tricky business or spins that he has to be ready for.
I'm sure he's come up with some sort of strategy. Just looking at some of the turns from before.
Yeah. Feeling the pads, making sure that they're not too sticky, not too slippery. Shuffling it out. Nice handshake agreement starting off the next one. Going into Latino Virus. Another BPM 170.
Recall how rough that middle section was. Looking like both players with a very similar great breakdown. Good catch on the jumps.
Ooh.
Not being able to successfully double step that will probably cost him a lot for these next against these other players.
Jesse has figured something out for those spins.
Right.
It looks a bit kind of like awkward footing, but the combo count doesn't lie. It's still in there. Still counts.
Right. It looks like he's foot switching in the middle of the hold, which is a very good strategy, actually.
Wow.
Man, rough triple it turns there. Here comes the middle section that we feared. Charun really keeping up a fat combo until the end there. Here it comes. Again, look at that insane, look at that footwork.
They figured it out.
To cheat the, cheat that spin. Here comes the final run.
Trips both players up a little bit.
So the score to be here is at least a AAA or better than a AAA plus. Just got to see if it's enough for both players to make it.
This is anybody's.
And
wow.
So
close
Jesse actually being able to nail a second place just barely falls a little under Tommy, while Charun ends up with fourth for that song.
This means we have a tie going into the third. Ah, yes, the break time. Questionable break. Tommy put down a massive score for this one as well. I think Tommy made it clear, I want to get first place. I want to advance again.
Absolutely,
and
but
keep on going.
having played first and both players expecting the turn drill section where you have to anchor for one beat in the same drill and then you start moving from that sequence to a completely new sequence.
Yeah.
The distance you also have to cover and how awkward the turn is. Hopefully, since they've already seen the chart once from the other players, they'd be able to have come up with a strategy by now to be able to clear it. Perhaps anticipating it and getting ready to shift red to blue immediately.
They're hopping right into it.
Don't forget how these holds are worth a lot. So, although they're really easy to hit. Not a problem at all for these players. All right, let's get into the chorus.
Make or break time. Okay.
Oh my. I believe it's coming soon. Slow enough turns for Jesse to turn them off. Wow!
He turned them.
He turns the drill section.
He picks up a miss and a little bit of great chaining.
That might be enough for him to beat Tommy.
That great chain was kind of significant.
Beats him by 1,000.
That's huge. That is very huge for Jesse. That puts him, getting first place on that gives him the first place bonus.
Right.
He gets +5 for that.
One extra point. All right, the scores have just updated. Tommy is in first place with 13. Jesse not far too behind with 10. 3-point difference between him and Taitrisu.
Oh, this is going to be a very important chart.
Yeah, for the most part, we've seen Jesse try to stand still and maintain composure, hitting turns straight forward. But it's looking like some of these turns are slow enough for him to want to turn, especially in selfishness. Him deciding to just full send on those drills, honestly, really, really awesome to see.
Scores are so tight. Let's think about it real quick. Tommy, for Tairitsu to get second, is it possible?
Would it be? Because I believe, okay, Tommy would already have the 5-point bonus.
Yeah.
So that's off the table for Taitrisu. So then it would have to be like a 1-point difference. But for that to happen, Jesse would have to get 1 point and Taitrisu would have to get 3.
Place. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So even then, I feel like it's pretty set in stone.
Yeah.
And Charun just a little bit too behind in order to make it to top 2. So it's looking like it's set to be Tommy and Jesse.
Yep. Victory lap for Jesse.
Right.
Little does he know, I don't think he's aware. He doesn't have the display that you guys have at home, and here we have in the commentary booth.
Right. So for him, the pressure is still probably on, but realistically, he's already out.
It's better he doesn't know. We get a better show this way.
True. And I'm also really nice seeing him actually really hit these turns.
Wow. Look at Charu. Whoa. I'm getting nervous. It's like his foot can almost like fly off the pads if he's not careful.
Yeah, his
But
form is from the...
It's the singles factor. Very much used
Wow!
to playing doubles, but look at that.
Our first PG of the day, stealing the 2-point bonus from Tommy, actually.
And he didn't even need it.
Yeah, he didn't know, but he was already out of this. As a sign of dominance.
He wanted
even
to
in
prove
the face
he's
of
ready to move on.
Even in the face of absolute victory, he just says, nah, not perfect enough.
He didn't want to just move on.